your career?
Okay, so I graduated UTM in 2017. My background, actually, I grew up in India till I was in grade 8, and then I came to Canada. So I did my high school here and I did my university here. My dad's an engineer, so he always wanted me to get into engineering, but did not like it. Like, could not do math to save my life. So I was like, okay, let's start getting into business, because I was part of DECA in high school, and like I saw that what case competitions did and like how I made a lot of friends, interacted with people. So when I came to UTM, I decided, okay, let's look at something in the business field. And then for some reason, I decided to do finance. In high school, there was a lot of like stock management and stuff, so it was like really trying to figure out what I want to do. But then with that finance background, I started doing a lot of case competitions in university. That's when I realized that I loved marketing. So I had that numbers background, but I wanted to see if I can use it when I do strategy, when I look at promotion, when I look at products. And I feel like having that finance background really gave me the edge of applying to marketing jobs. Because a lot of marketers come into the field with a lot of, like, say, digital marketing experience, a lot of DEM experience, but very few have that quantitative knowledge. And I feel like that's something that was missing, and I had created that brand with myself that, hey, I'm a finance student, but I want to get into marketing. So I feel like that's where I created my niche. And when I started off, I was looking at companies that if I go anywhere in the world, people will know. Like, if I want to move anywhere, people should know what this company is. So I started off my journey with Walmart. So Walmart is the #1 retailer, and I started as a marketing assistant. So it's basically supporting the fresh and grocery and health and wellness business with a lot of their marketing initiatives. And then through that opportunity, I would work on things like Diwali and Eid because of my background and where I've come from. And so that's when I realized that multicultural marketing is such a big growing field, because look at Canada, we're a mosaic of people. There's people coming from all different fields, and personalization is the #1 thing in marketing today. So I realized that that's part of my brand now, that finance was the first thing, and then multicultural marketing. So then I started looking for opportunities that could really like harness that skill of mine. And then I came across a role at TELUS, which is a mobility company, which was really looking to cater to the South Asian and the Chinese audience. So I was like, hey, I have this experience. And then I like went forward with that role, and so now I'm with TELUS working for like multicultural marketing, and basically trying to figure out how do we position phones and phone plans to the South Asian and Chinese audience.
So we've been hearing a lot of buzz about AI and blockchain and all these new technologies coming in.
Yeah.
How do you think one should prepare for these changes, and how are they being implemented in, or making changes in the job that you're in?
I think with telecom, for instance, you're basically, every single person has a mobile phone today. Now the next step into that is to see, how do I know someone by that number? And I think AI is very useful in that form, because personalization is the #1 thing in marketing. Even when I mentioned like multicultural marketing is a form of personalization marketing, right? So for instance, if you're at an airport, you would want your agent, your network to send you a message to be like, hey, are you traveling? Here are some roaming rates that we can apply. And that can only be possible if AI is able to give you that data to tell you like, this person has like a trend of long distance minutes. This person, it has a trend of watching a lot of South Asian package television, or this person has a multiple family unit. So I feel like AI is very important when you're segregating data and to find trends in the future, because you now don't have the capability of sitting there looking through like trillions and gazillion data trends at your desk. If someone can do that for you, it'll help you strategize better. And we're seeing that a lot in marketing. We're seeing that a lot in telecommunication, because there's so many things happening constantly. There's launches, there's plan changes, there's a lot of different competitors coming in. So for you to have an edge while saving money, while making profit, I think AI is where you're gonna be at, because you want that data that'll keep you different from the rest, but you also don't want to spend too much resources on it. So having these kind of technologies help you is where the future is going. Because think about it this way: there was nobody before telling you what you wanted to buy. Now there are influencers telling you what to buy. There is Instagram that has a whole Explorer feed made for you. So it's about adapting to that personalization approach, and the companies that are not going to adapt to it are going to die. It's the same logic like when the internet came out, people were like, oh my god, what is this? And the people that did not adapt to it died. So it's very like, you need to see where you fit in. But in marketing, it'll play a very, very big trend. It's not to say much that it'll eliminate jobs, but it'll help support jobs. It'll help support strategy. So it's a very interesting trend to see that's happening now.
All right, so we're gonna get started on the game.
Okay.
It's a word association game, and so I'm gonna say the words, and then you say whatever comes to your mind first.
Cool.
Okay. Hobby.
Dancing.
Pride.
School.
Networking.
Very important.
Gift.
Love.
Cake.
Yesterday, because it was my birthday. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Vacation.
India.
Friends.
A lot of them.
Fashion.
Straightforward.
Future.
Important.
Ceremony.
Graduation.
Fun.
Anytime, anywhere, anyhow.
Smile.
Mom.
Job.
Enjoy.
Restaurant.
Ooh, this one's hard. Pizza, Italian, scatterbush. I'm doing my own word association.
Okay. Environment.
Important. Am I using important too much?
You're good.
Okay. Sorry.
So in this busy schedule of yours, how did you balance your academics, all of these extracurriculars, and also you and your mental health?
So the number one thing, and I don't know if this works for everybody, just for me myself, I'm an agenda girl. So I would basically sit there writing the timeline of how long everything would take. And I learned to say no. I learned to say that I don't have to be at every meeting that the council had. I didn't have to be at every dance practice that did not involve me. I did not have to be at every build. I had built myself a presence on campus. People knew who I was. And then it was time for me to understand, like, okay, this much needs to go to this midterm, this much needs to go to this time studying. And I feel like when you're coming to time management, it's always dependent on your end goal. What do you want to do? Like, I get it, third year and fourth year are the most difficult times for a lot of people when they're studying on campus, when there's so many midterms, they have a lot of things going on, they have to figure out their jobs. And I'm not gonna lie, there are gonna be some days where you're gonna be like, why am I doing this? There are gonna be some days where you're like, I've not slept. But think about it this way, you're working towards something that will only help you. It's not gonna help your best friend, it's not gonna help your boyfriend, it's not gonna help your teacher. They're gonna go on with their life as it is. So you really need to figure out that if I give myself 100% of my time, how do I want to divide it so I make sure I am confident enough for my future with it? So I think that was like self-motivation I kept giving myself, A, and B, it was all up to like the people I was around. Because when you see your friends studying in the Kenneth building or whatever you call it now, you want to go and study with them. You know that if Saturdays all of them are sitting in the library and studying, you don't want to go out partying the night before. You know that, okay, if my friends are doing this, I should be doing that too. So I feel like it's very based on the direction of like who you're around and your self-motivation as well.
What would you tell your first year self now?
I would tell my first year self to get involved, to make friends, and to really get out there. I think that's the most important thing that people need to understand when they're in a commuter school or where they're not staying on campus, is that they need to take themselves out from their bubble and we're going to go to class and go back home lifestyle and really try to engage with people, because there are a lot of people who are like you, but until you don't put yourself out there, you will never know that. And I feel like when you put yourself out there, you open yourself to opportunities that you didn't even know existed. Like, I met people in like third year, fourth year that basically held my hand and were like, these are great opportunities that we should be part of. And if I knew that in first year, my journey would have even been more beautiful and more spread apart instead of like really packed into my third year, fourth year. So I feel like that's something I would definitely tell myself.
What is one thing that you think pushed you to break out of your, you said you were a little shy, right? So what is one thing that pushed you out?
I think I really looked up to a lot of people, and when I befriended them, I realized how easy it was. So I met a friend in third year and she was like into everything. She did a lot of activities. She was involved. She had mentors from first year. She was involved with the department. So I was like, how do I become her 2 years later? So it also was that relationship that I built with her where she supported me in my growth. And I feel like that's what really helps you, is that if you find your person, for instance, or if you find your opportunity, or if you find your calling, go for it. Like, there's always signs that are out there that you need to just be like, this is the door, and it'll help you. But you need to start like opening up, otherwise it's gonna be